back for a moment over the years at your hairstyles. If you ever want to see something scary, if you are a graduate of high school, go back and look at your high school yearbooks, how your hairstyle was back then, and how they have changed over the years. And isn't it true, every time you got that hairstyle, you thought, oh, this is wonderful, until a year later you look at a picture and go, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? You know, when I was in high school, I was actually I was a good kid. I was a good kid. I didn't get in trouble. I was very active in school and activities. My parents could trust me to be home alone. And so I didn't do drugs, I didn't drink. The only thing I did to act out was to change my hairstyle. And boy, did I change my hairstyle. One time, since my hair is straight, I decided I wanted to have it curly, so I actually went and got a perm. I looked like Bozo the Clown after that. You know, even throughout the years here, over the last 10 years, you've seen my hairstyle change. I remember one time when I had it really super long, and people said I sort of looked like one of the Doonesbury characters. You know, hair defines who we are, if you have some hair. Hey, you have hair, it's just on the side of your head, so it's right there, so. Oh, there's a few around here, you're not alone. You know, hair defines who we are, and you know, did you know that when you're between ages 18 and 24, the average human being has over 100 to 150,000 strands of hair? The average human being between ages of 18 and 24, 100 to 150,000. Notice I say 18 to 24 because for most of us, the older we get, we lose our hair thins a little bit. If you think about that, there are 7 billion people in the world. That would mean there is 700 trillion strands of hair in the world. If you take here alone, about 100 of us this morning, that's 100 million strands of hair in this room. Maybe a little less for some of you, myself included. That's a lot of hair. And here's the thing. Jesus says that God knows each and every strand of your hair. Each and every strand of your hair. Now you might be saying to me, Christopher, that is impossible. There's 7 billion people in the world. Why would God care about the strands of hair on my head? And really, why would God care about me? Sometimes when I'm going through a really rough patch in my life, I can't help but thinking, you know, there's 7 billion people in the world. God must be thinking and caring about somebody else because I sure feel like I'm being ignored. How could God possibly hear my prayers when everyone else's prayers are probably more important than mine? But Jesus points out to all of us that God, who created all things, if God cares for the 2 sparrows that are sold for a penny, how much more will God be concerned about you and I who are created in the image of God? In this gospel today, Jesus is talking to his disciples, directly to them. They're getting ready to go out into the world and to try to proclaim the good news of God through Jesus. He's giving them his marching orders. And he's telling them that when they go out there, they will face persecutions. Their families may split up. There are people who are going to hate them. They are going to have to carry their crosses. But God will always be with them. as God is always with you and with me. You know, my in-laws are aging. 84 and 86. Don't tell them I said their ages. You know, if you have aging parents, don't you start sometimes worrying about them? What's going to happen to them? What happens if they get sick and can't take care of themselves? It's hard when they're 500 miles away. What's going to happen when you get that phone call in the middle of the night that you don't want to get? But guess what? In the midst of that, God has counted all the hairs of your head. Be not afraid. Maybe you're struggling with some health issue right now. And you're going back and forth to the doctors, and you know, when you go to one doctor, then you have to go to the next doctor, and then the next doctor, and it starts adding up more and more, and you think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it. You already have your funeral plans all set. God says to you this day, I have counted each and every one of your hairs. Be not afraid. Maybe you're struggling right now with personal issues. Maybe you're having anxiety, or you're addicted to something, or you just don't know how you're going to survive through today. Guess what? God has counted each and every one of the hairs on your head. Be not afraid. Maybe you're struggling financially. You're not quite certain how you're going to be paying your rent or your mortgage. That tax bill, when it comes around, is going to be too big. The gas prices are going up. How can I pay for my medication? Guess what? God has counted each and every one of the hairs of your head. Be not afraid. Maybe you're so worried about your children. You wonder what the world will be like for them, what we are going to leave them, what will happen when you're no longer here. Guess what? God has counted each and every one of the hairs of your head. Be not afraid. You may be struggling with relationship issues. Maybe your marriage is falling apart. Guess what? God has counted each and every one of the hairs of your head. Be not afraid. My sisters and my brothers, we have no need to fear. As Paul said to the church in Rome, we have been baptized into Christ's death, and we will rise with him on the last day. We have no need to fear anymore. God has counted each and every one of the hairs of our head. Be not afraid. He goes before us always. Come, follow him, and he will give us rest. My sisters and my brothers, no matter what is going on in your life, your family member's life, your work life, your parents' lives, remember today when you think that God really doesn't care, that God who made you knows and has counted each and every one of the hairs on your head. Be not afraid. Amen.